Welcome to the Finding Your Church podcast at findingyourchurch.com. My name is Jeremy Phillips, and my goal is to help you make it a challenge for people to live in your community without finding your church. Now, what we're going to talk about today is how to create free church social media graphics. And we're going to talk about a free tool to be able to do that. Now, a simple way to improve the online presence of your church is to update your social media profile information and graphics. And so many times this information is outdated. Maybe you set up these profiles a long time ago and things in your church have changed, or maybe you changed your church social media profile graphics to match a sermon series, that's maybe months old, and you forgot to change it back. And sometimes the need to change, though, may be your fault, but sometimes it's not even your fault. Social media sites, as well as like your YouTube profile and Google business page profiles, they regularly change requirements for their header graphic sizes. And so this leaves you looking like you didn't put the effort into your social sites, and the graphics you put in place that were perfect for one size, now they look stretched or squeezed in the new size that they forced on you and you didn't even know happened. Or sometimes the site, the social site, will remove it all together and there's just a blank box, where your header graphic should be. And so, at the very least, even if you don't plan on changing anything, you should log in and go to each of your accounts and at least check to see what the graphics look like. Most likely, they don't need to be changed, but you may not need to change them, but you may still want to change them. And so if it's been a while since you've seen them, you're probably not going to like what you see. Sometimes what looked great a few months ago, now usually makes you wonder, what you were thinking when you were creating them. So, because of the constant changes, though, it's challenging even to know what size to make the new graphics without digging into the help section of each site. And nobody wants to do that. And while there's all kinds of social media graphics cheat sheets online that you can get, and there's even one linked in the show notes that's the 2016 social media graphics cheat sheet. They do provide excellent views of the sites and kind of point out exactly where those graphics go. But even that can be challenging, because then you got to go to Photoshop and figure out what you're doing, make the pixels all correct. But there is a free editing software that's called Canva.com. And it's basically like free Photoshop for churches. And so the best part is that it's currently free, and I know they have paid options for like work and things, but you can just get a personal account and you can create social media graphics for your church, because they already have templates already designed, ready for you to just click on and throw your graphics into, and you can upload your own, so you're not limited to what they offer. But basically, when you sign in, you can create an account with any email or sign in with a Gmail or Facebook. You just choose the template to start your graphic, and this is outlined in much more detail in the blog post that is the show notes for this podcast. But they have all kinds of templates for like social media posts, documents, blogging, ebooks, marketing materials, social media and email headers, events, ads for social media and websites, and much more. So you can customize your graphic using a dashboard that's really easy to use. You can use some free uploads that you upload yourself, or they offer some that they provide for free, and you can even pay for some that you want to use that they offer for backgrounds and things. You can create custom size graphics, so if you need something that's custom for your website, you can do that as well. And then you can download and share your graphics. And I would just encourage you to head on over either to the link in the show notes and see much more detail on how to do it, or canva.com. It's a great resource, a great place. And I also want to tell you about our free Fiverr for Churches downloadable guide. And this basically shows maybe you don't want to deal with graphics, maybe you don't want to create social media graphics, but Fiverr for Churches is a guide that I created to show you how to use a site that lets you contact creators who will do this work for you for as little as $5. And there's all kinds of excellent solutions and people who are working on there and who are offering their services. And it's kind of unbelievable if they're offering their services for as cheap as $5 to create excellent quality graphics and web work and different technical things that you may need. So you can head on over to findingyourchurch.com/Fiverr for churches to download that free guide. Otherwise, head over to canva.com and check out how to create free social media graphics for your church.